And my first guest this week is joining me via satellite from Houston, Mr. Jerry Parrish. He is the CEO of the Mint Leasing Incorporated, stock symbols MLES. Jerry, welcome to the program.
Welcome. I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Well, now, Jerry, the Mint Leasing Incorporated describes itself as a company which offers the most flexible financing options for motor vehicles. You allow dealers to realize an approval rate something like 95%. Can you give us a general overview of the company, please?
We were formed in May of 1999. I have been in the car business probably 30 years, and you know, it's really tough to see a customer come in and try to buy a car or get financing and get turned down. And I figured out just exactly how to do it. The way we structure our deal and the system that we use, we probably approve at the 95% rate.
Well, you know, you mentioned the frustration that a customer might have, but I have to think the most frustrating thing for a car dealer is to work on a deal and have it go bad because the buyer can't get financing approval.
That's exactly true, and we're welcome in probably 800 franchise dealers across the country. We have a dealer agreement with all of them.
Well, Jerry, at your website, which is mintleasing.com, it's mentioned that the company, when you're looking at an application, you don't rely on a beacon score. Now, can you tell us about that?
You know, I've written the underwriting policies for Mint Leasing, and you know, the beacon score doesn't tell everything. You remember when insurance went to rating you by your beacon score, and I thought that was really kind of unusual.
Well, Jerry, tell us about the flexibility that you offer your customers, not only in lease terms, but in vehicle choices as well.
We're a common sense lender. We'll put the right car with the right customer. Of course, we're not going to put an 18-year-old kid in a Corvette convertible, but you know, what you can afford. We look at your income versus what you have, and we try to use just common sense buying. If you qualify for whatever car you want, then we will do your deal.
Once again, the company is the Mint Leasing Incorporated. MLES is their stock symbol. Now, Jerry, why aren't banks able to do what Mint Leasing can do?
A bank will invariably finance 100 to 125% of costs. We do the leasing because we can do a residual. We can take the residual out of the cost of the car, where you don't have to pay for the whole car until you're ready to. So that makes your payments more acceptable to you and more palatable all the way around.
You know, we talked earlier in the interview about you having like a 95% approval rate. I would have to imagine that when you're making a presentation to a potential dealer partner, you're pretty much met with open arms.
We are. We're accepted at just about any dealership. These deals, a dealer would end up throwing in the garbage, and we will take a really strong look at them, and with the right down payments and the right terms, we can put that, give it another unit count, which unit count to a dealer right now is really, really important.
Now, of course, you can work with good credit, you can work with bad credit, bankruptcies, tax liens, judgments, even self-employed?
Even self-employed. Most banks require proof of income. We can look at a bank statement and tell what your normal activity of income is. Bankruptcies, we look at them as kind of favorable because after the bankruptcy, you really don't have any debt. So all those things come into play and makes Mint Leasing stronger and better than ever.
Well, of course, Jerry, there's no secret we've been dealing with a difficult economy now. With that in mind, people trying to finance vehicles must be really attracted to your method versus what they're hearing from banks.
Absolutely. Due to the downturn in the economy, beacon scores have gone tremendously down. 650 to 700 beacon now is subprime. Well, that's our deal. We like subprime, and if you got a person with a 650 or 700 beacon, that's good credit to us. So, and there's a lot more today than there were several years ago. So we're in a prime market to do a lot of good deals.
Now, Jerry, as you mentioned earlier, you've got about 800 dealers in your network. Are you looking to grow that number exponentially?
We're in about 10 to 12 states right now. We would like to go across the country, all 50 states. We are in the process now of acquiring a large line of credit with several different people. And once that's completed, then we'll be able to take off and try to do all 50 states.
Once again, the Mint Leasing, MLES is their stock symbol. Jerry, why is this a good time right now for folks to take a closer look at your company?
Number one, we're still in business. There's a lot of small companies that have gone out of business in this type of economy. In 08, we amassed $50 million in revenue. We did over $70 million in receivables and amassed over $2 million a month cash flow. And we're still riding that cash flow right now. We have the know-how and the ability to expand at a heartbeat. So we're not practicing. We've been in business 12 years, and we know how to do it. So all we need is an opportunity.
The Mint Leasing, stock symbol MLES. Jerry, we're initiating coverage of the company this week. Going to be looking at you very closely over the next several weeks. Looking forward to some updates from you during that period of time. But thanks so much for joining us on the program.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate having me.